وجهنا hustling, وجهنا hustling, وجهنا hustling, وجهنا hustling.
Growing up in this hogan, I didn't really feel like I was lacking anything. This was adequate. I mean, I slept on a sheepskin on the floor. So every night before bed, I'd have to put my bed out on the floor and sleep. And then in the morning, my grandma would make coffee and she'd start cooking for me before the sun came up. She would wake me up and she would make me run because that's how she said Navajo people become stronger, is by running. They had these missionaries, the Mormon church, the Catholic church. They would send missionaries to all these rural homes and recruit. They talked my mother and my grandmother into me getting baptized and then going to California for a better education. When I first got to California and being away from my parents and my grandmother, I was scared. It was culture shock. I was always battling my identity. I had a kind of a crappy high school. My mom wasn't around much. I started getting into all the drugs and all the bad stuff and gangs and all that, and I don't know what it was. I was missing something, I guess. Maybe it was my dad not being in my life. You're thinking that's the love I'm missing, but when actually the love I was missing wasn't just from my family, but it was actually from the earth. So I spent probably 3 years of my life every weekend attending ceremonies. You learn the best by being in the ceremony because that's where all the prayers are talking, the creation stories are being spoken. When you have a culture and you have identity, you start to understand that you're a part of something. As long as you understand where you come from, you can be yourself. I started learning the bike pack in 2013 and 2014. I loved it so much that I started doing it more often on my own. And the more we started doing it, the more we realized that we wanted to create a bike pack community on the Navajo Nation. The end result in all of our program is that kids have a better appreciation for their culture and they have a better understanding of our creation stories and how everything around us ties back to those stories. But the avenue we're using is bike packing. If you would ask me, do you want to take this group out for a couple of $1,000s in profit, or do you want to take these 2 kids out who don't have any money? My impact is with the kids. That's the way we're raised, is that you try to do the best for the greater good. Navajo tradition stories are tied into geographical features. So when I bike pack, I can relive those stories. It reaffirms that I have culture, I have history, that I'm somebody. I found my cultural significance and my part in the world through a bike. This is what makes me whole and what makes me feel good, is to be connected to the earth.